You've got a hard problem, a real one. Before you call a single person, you go quiet, you walk it, you shower think it, you argue both sides in your head like there's a little courtroom in there, and you're running both tables. You don't stop until you've got something. Everyone outside has a name for that. Antisocial, distant, a little sad. They're wrong. Here's why. 5 quiet things you do alone and what they say about how your brain actually works. Behavior 1. You think your way to the question, not just an answer. Stuck. Most people reach for a phone. They've texted 3 people, opened a Reddit thread, asked someone who's never been in this situation, all before they even know what they think. You sit in it first, until you find the real question buried under the messy one. Julian Rotter named what that builds: internal locus of control, the belief your outcomes come from your own thinking, not luck, not other people. Ohio State, 1954. Every time you solve it alone first, you're not getting smarter. You're getting better at trusting your own head. Think about the last problem you chewed on alone. Did the answer get better once you asked the room? Or worse, the next one happens where nobody's watching. Behavior 2. You feel things in silence. Something goes wrong. Your instinct isn't to call 3 friends and narrate it while it's still happening. It's to go dark for an evening and actually feel the whole thing. People call that bottling it up. They've got it backwards. Lisa Feldman Barrett studies emotional granularity, your brain's ability to tell its own feelings apart. Not, I feel bad, but is this disappointment? Dread? That specific low-grade ache of being misunderstood by someone who should know better? You can't name a feeling in a loud room. Naming needs quiet, and the naming is what regulates it. Barrett's 2015 research found that people high in granularity lean less on the junk coping, the binge that's 7 episodes of a show you don't even like, the doom scroll that ends in the history of something you'll never think about again. One study tracked them drinking 40% less under stress. Not willpower. Better words for what was wrong. Go quiet after a bad day and you're not sulking. You're running a process most people skip entirely. Think about the last time something went sideways. Did you sit with it first? Or call someone before you'd even finished feeling it? Behavior 3. You run little rituals nobody sees. The exact order you make your coffee. The 5 minutes alone before you face anyone. Tiny, invisible, non-negotiable. Someone moves the mug, the specific mug that goes specifically there, and the whole morning is structurally compromised. You know the feeling. Robert Keegan, developmental psychologist at Harvard, named something in his 1994 book. He called it the self-authoring mind, the point where you stop running on rules you borrowed from other people and start writing your own. Those rituals aren't habits. They're the architecture of a self you built in private with no one watching. Here's what Keegan found. Most adults never get there. They live their whole lives on inherited rules. The ones who do get there tend to arrive through exactly this kind of private, invisible work. A lot of you feel guilty about it. You've been told you're too much in your own head, so you compensate, kill the rituals, force the input, override the quiet. What you give up is hard to get back. You're not overthinking. You're building something. Some of you are wondering whether this is just a fancy word for introvert. Fair question. There's a real difference between choosing the quiet and hiding in it. One looks like I think clearest alone. The other looks like why people are easier to avoid. Same behavior from the outside, different engine underneath, only you know which one's actually running. Behavior 4. You make the big calls without a vote, the job, the move. You listen to people, but the final call you made alone. In 1951, Solomon Asch put one real participant in a room full of actors, all confidently giving the same wrong answer. About 75% of real participants eventually caved, said the wrong thing out loud, while staring at a line that was clearly shorter than the other one. You don't cave. You take in the data and set aside the consensus. Every time, you're voting against 3/4 of the species. That's not stubbornness. That's a different kind of wiring. Behavior 5. You reflect on yourself when nobody asked you to. No crisis triggered it. You're walking or lying there, replaying what you said 2 hours ago, asking yourself honestly why you said it. Most self-examination needs a breakup or a bottom. Yours starts on a quiet Tuesday for no particular reason. Kohlberg called this post-conventional development, 1973, a mind operating from principles it wrote itself, not rules handed down. It's the engine underneath the other 4. One private room, built since childhood, nobody else gets in. The cost nobody mentions. It doesn't stop. You're always watching. The 5 don't work separately. They're one thing, a way of processing the world that happens mostly in private, mostly in silence, mostly in ways nobody sees. Here's what that actually means. You didn't pick this. Nobody showed you how. You built it across years of private moments, the solo walks, the decisions made without anyone's sign-off, the feelings you sat with until you had a word for them. That's not a personality flaw. It's a way of running that most people never land on. Not loud, not crowd-approved, just genuinely yours. So the next time you go quiet with something hard and someone reads it as withdrawn or cold, you don't need to explain yourself. You're not isolated in there. You're the only one running.